Hi, I'm Kevin Gadd, and I'm coming to you from ComSpark here in Columbus, Ohio. I'll be your host here today for an interview with Angela Lopez, founder of getWITit. Nice to see you again.
Thanks, Kevin, for having me.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about getWITit?
Well, so getWITit is a grassroots nonprofit aimed with the sole mission to advance women in technology. So this addresses many things such as attracting women to technology, as well as maintaining and advancing their career within technology.
So, how's it going? How's the program going?
Well, I think we're doing really good. So far we've been able, this is our 4th year, and basically what we've been able to do is not only grow a community, but we've been able to expand into other communities such as Cleveland, and we're getting ready to go into Pittsburgh. And essentially what we're doing is we're uniting the women in the community to not only acknowledge themselves and their achievements, but to also offer a community to help bring and foster and nurture other women to come and join us as well.
So, you know, at Apprenti, our mission is to get more women involved in tech careers too. But it's a challenge, right? What are some of the challenges you're seeing trying to get more women to move into IT careers? And from what I understand, there are a lot of women in IT adjacent careers, and I know that's part of your mission as well. But what are some challenges just to get them to want to make that leap? Well,
let's just be honest. IT doesn't always have the glamorous reputation that attracts a lot of women to it. We often think of generally a man in some basement with a big ego who can do everything on the computer, or we often think about people just really focused on a computer with no people skills, not a lot of people around, and that's really tarnished what technology is and what it accomplishes and what you even do. So I think the reputation and the awareness of what do people in IT do is the first thing that we have to essentially dispel and demystify for women especially. And then the next thing is, you know, making everyone aware of what women need to feel comfortable in an environment. Oftentimes, again, because we've kind of just been doing what we think is good for the people in IT, we haven't thought about opening the doors and what that means to draw them in. And honestly, just because you have a lactation room doesn't mean women are going to be comfortable. That's not the only thing you have to do to make women want to come and work in your environment. You got to listen to them. You got to respect them. You got to let them have a word. And sometimes, you know, culturally, it's just something not all of us are aware of. Even women can be our own worst enemies as well. So it's not just oh, guys have to do this thing, or, you know, it's all of us really have to be more aware of what are the things preventing us from allowing women to enter into the workplace and allowing them to thrive.
So, and I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Yeah.
You had a really nice conference last month, 2 months ago, that I attended.
Yes.
It was wonderful. You want to tell us a little bit about that? Because I know you're going to have another one next year, and Cleveland, I believe.
Well, so we've actually expanded. Cleveland was our 2nd year this year. So this is our 4th year in the Columbus market and 2nd year in Cleveland. And so next year will be potentially Pittsburgh's first conference, Cleveland's 3rd, and then our 5th annual conference here in Columbus. Yes. We've adopted a chapter organizational structure, and instead of being Grace Hopper, because Grace Hopper already exists, we feel like women needed to unite in their own communities, because one of the big challenges is the social networking and who's in your network and who's bringing you and supporting you in your career. And so it's really hard to go have coffee with someone, even though we've got all the technology in the world to do it. Building relationships and having that you know, in your backyard. I can go meet for coffee. I need help. I need advice. Those are things that happen in your community. And women generally have a community of people that they are friends with, that work with, as well as in their children's schools and things like that. But nurturing and maintaining that network in their community is the most valuable asset. And the conferences basically empower women to come together, unite annually in their community, and then also get exposed to other opportunities and other things that not only other women are doing in other companies, but other companies too as well. So if I'm a woman and I see Apprenti's booth there, well, I didn't know what Apprenti does, and now all of a sudden as a woman, I have a way, or if I meet some young lady who would like a career in technology, now I have a person to point them to. But I wouldn't have gone there else because I would have been at work just focused on my job and delivering and whatever other responsibilities I have, which usually women have a lot. We could argue about a lot of those things, but we're usually care providers for someone or some people or some groups. So we have a lot on our plate often, so it is hard to get out of our normal daily routines to get into the community and actually learn about other opportunities, not only for ourselves, but for other women as well.
Well, I know it was a very successful conference for us, and a lot of people, yes. 800 people, I think. 800
women, and that's like 99% women. Like, thanks for the men that come and support us as well, which is a big misnomer that because it's a women's event, that only women can go.
Right, that's why I said people, most of them being women, but there were quite a few guys there too, just to understand how to be more supportive, how to be more helpful, how to be more of a connector.
Yes, and we need more men to actually come out and support women. Even when it says women only, you're actually allowed, and we want you to. We want you to be there.
So last question, what's the future hold for you and for getWITit?
Well, so a funny thing happened this year. We were extra ambitious per our usual because we want to do so many things, and there's so many areas to advance people who have obstacles in their way to come into technology. And so we did our first Girl Con, where we had 100 girls, 7th to 10th grade, here in Columbus at a free of charge conference. It was a girl conference. And so what we learned quickly was the same people who support women in technology are not necessarily the same people who can fund girls' activities. So, and it's also a whole other set of challenges, such as things that happen in the classroom that teachers and educators are trained for that we are not. So it really brought to light some of the things that we needed to address separately from the mission of just women in technology. So I'm actually working with a group of people to start a foundation for the equality of technical education. And so what we hope to do is to utilize each one of the technology communities to essentially fund and help support the things that the technology community as professionals wants to provide the community. So GirlCon, Chris Judd from Manifest, he taught a Raspberry Pi workshop to these girls. Well, that costs money to do, and not every company can just throw out everything. So what we want to do is, you know, get funds and then mix that with the technical relationships and talent and then give it back to the community.
Sounds like you have a lot on your plate.
Yes. Well,
good stuff.
That's just good stuff. When you do it with
this
passion.
Is your extra job.
Well, but didn't you say it earlier? When you did it, when you do things with passion and it's something you feel strongly about, it's not work at all. It's just things that want to be done. I mean, we did a 30 under 30 award here. That was, and there were women who won that. That has never happened in Columbus before. It happened here for ComSpark for the first time, and it is amazing. So we are changing things. It is happening. ComSpark is helping us do that. Apprenti is helping us do that. And so there's only more good things left to come of this.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Angela. This was wonderful, as always. For more information, go to comspark.tech. Thank you.